So we got the camera working better this time, hopefully. We just cross our fingers on that one. We're doing this one last minute on a Friday, which is, I think
Right.
it's coming out on Monday. So give everybody a little sneak peek of what's going on behind the scenes, I guess. But anyway, welcome back, everybody. This is the morning show, just in case you can't read and you didn't see the title. But decided to name this one, not name this one, but to, well, my words would work. I decided to use this one to kind of talk about Bob Saget since obviously everybody knows that he passed away. And I know a lot of our shows lately have been about people that passed away, but it's or either passed away or just went away from their career. But we'll try to lighten it up next time. But I definitely, anytime somebody passes away, we want to pay homage to them and kind of
Never.
give people give people like a few unknown facts about the person and kind of keep their legacy going, even though it's us saying anything about it is not going to hurt or help, but still feel like we should. So anyway, so I had a top five list, not top five list, but just a list of five things that apparently people don't know about him. And some of these are pretty specific. So like, unless you really have done your research about him as an individual, I don't know that you would know some of these things, but this is more like his personal life and some of his career kind of combined. But he was obvious. He was nominated for a Grammy Award, which that doesn't surprise me at all. I'm sure it was more than one. It should have been at least in 2014 for Best Comedy Album for his record. That's what I'm talking about. So he did a lot of stand up for people that don't know. So if you haven't seen his stand up, definitely go check that shit out because it's pretty cool. He was a lot more
Right.
vulgar than if you only seen him on Full House or AFV, America's Funniest Videos. Then he's a lot more vulgar in his stand up routines than he was on those shows for sure. So
Right.
honestly, it might ruin your childhood. So if you don't want your childhood ruined, don't watch those. Because the first time I heard him
Right.
on Joe Rogan, I was like, dude, I didn't know this guy could cuss. But number two is, I guess
Actually,
he. Go ahead.
sorry, didn't
No,
mean to
you're fine.
interrupt. He's actually in a movie called Dumb and Dumber, and he says shit in that movie. It's
Does
like
he?
there's shit everywhere. There's shit on the walls. Shit on the ceiling.
That's hilarious. Just
And
him
towards
saying
the
any,
end, right, and then
just
towards
him
the
saying
end,
any cuss word.
I know it's crazy. Just like Robin Williams,
Yeah.
like cussing. I grew up watching him, and I
Right.
never thought he'd ever cuss. But then I saw his stand up on HBO, and Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of Dumb and Dumber, the same guy, Harry, the young version of Harry, like had chocolate all over him again, but it looks like shit, and he like got all over his car. He's like, "There's shit on my car." Like happened twice to him throughout the whole movie. It was freaking funny.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah.
That's good shit. He changed the Olsen twins' diapers on the set of Full House on more than one occasion, which shows that
Oh,
he was a real man. He stepped up to the plate, and he didn't just, you know,
well,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
his actual
Right,
kid.
it's not his kids, but he just felt the need to step in when they needed him, obviously, which is pretty cool. Doesn't surprise me at all because he was definitely a good human being, despite the cussing. Like he was, I don't think cussing makes you a bad person as long as you're not as long as you're not using words that like I guess discriminate or whatever. But that's beside the point. He has had regrets starring on Full House, so this one's pretty interesting. He once admitted that he regretted taking the part. Uh, he worked. Sorry, I had a little glitch on my phone. I it says it's a quote from him. Uh, I was working an 80-hour week. 80 hours a week between Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos, and I was going nuts. I felt like I was funny, but didn't feel funny on the shows. First of all, he was funny, so he was just probably in his head like any other human being would be. So it's cool, dude. It kind of puts him down on our normal people's level. Like he was just a regular guy, just like the rest of it, just because he was famous. But anyway, but then I just went, shut up. It's like the giving tree. You're lucky, and this is a good job, he once told Daily Northwestern. But I think he pretty much had the same voice in his head that I have, where if I catch myself overreacting about something, or if I catch myself being negative or something like that, I have a voice in my head that's like, hey, bro, like you need to shut up and just deal with whatever you're doing. Like
All
either
right.
like we'll get back to that here in a second, but just feel the need to say this because it's about it's related to that. But shit, I lost it. Gotta love that. I've been doing really good too, so I think that was probably just something that needed to happen. But damn, I hate when that happens. He said, not he said, but I'll think of it here in a minute. I'll just keep going. But oh yeah, if you can't get out of the situation, then deal with deal with the situation. That's what I lost. Nothing like crazy, but he was a family man in real life. That doesn't surprise me either. Says Saget had a family of his own and was a proud father father of three daughters. Father of three daughters. That's why I tongue tied because I was reading ahead a little bit, and I tried to say daughters when instead of father. Yeah, it makes all that shit up.
Aja.
Paja. He shared them with his first wife, Sherry Kramer. He married his second wife, Kelly Rizzo. I think that's how you say it. In 2018, telling people in 2016 one of his three daughters, they are the light of my life. I am a fortunate man, and that all three of my daughters are exceptional. They are very high belongings beings. I can't read. The lighting's a little weird in here. I'm gonna have to get used to it, but just in case you haven't noticed, people, we changed studios. This is a different room in my house, but anyway, uh, I'm a fortunate man that, and all three of my daughters are exceptional. They are very high beings, very smart people, very wonderful, and very brilliant, very beautiful. So, pretty
And
stand up
obviously,
man. No pun
a
intended,
great,
because he did stand up, but do what?
and obviously he's a great father figure on the show and in real life.
Yeah.
So
Yep. He's definitely gonna be missed for sure. But
just like Betty White,
mm-hmm.
technically lost two legends in
Yeah.
short of time.
Highest tier of legends too, not just any legends.
Right.
But it's kind of how 2020 started too. Not to get too dark, but like I think Kobe was one of the first famous people to die in 2020. So definitely, I know it's way past them, but it's still never too late to, or never not relevant to RIP somebody, or say RIP to somebody, I should say. But yeah, RIP to Kobe, Kobe the Bean.
Just pretty much give your condolences to him and their family or anybody in their family. Just because it is sad, but we do still hold on and cherish the great memories that they have made throughout their lives that had an impact on ours. So
Right.
and that's what we hold on to and take or continue their legend for them. So
Right. I have there's a thing I was thinking of. I just lost it too, but oh yeah, I got it back. Ozzy, I always think of his album, his newest album. I think that's honestly gonna be his last album. Just the way it was written, it seemed like last album material. But if you haven't listened to it, I definitely highly suggest you go check that out because it's a even if you don't like that kind of music, like some this it's all pretty much a wrap up of his career. Pretty much. That's why I think it's a last album for him because it's kind of like Johnny Cash when he sang "Hurt." That was like one of his last recorded songs. It just kind of it wasn't his song, but it was something that was on his mind, and he had permission to use that. And now most people think that that was his because of how well he did. But uh,
Not even,
O-
you know,
Ozzy, much like me, but not like to a way higher extent. He didn't want to just die as an ordinary man. He wanted to make an impact, and by God, did he? So,
right. And
and
they're making a movie for Ozzy too in his younger life. He like when he was, or when before he was in his bands, and when he got into them.
hell yeah,
For all his drug problems that he went through and alcohol stuff like that, and when he met his wife, everybody. So
yep,
it's gonna be a movie all about his pretty much his whole life,
yep,
and it looks pretty good. I don't know when it
yep,
comes out, but I'm definitely gonna see that shit.
yeah, definitely. But if you haven't checked out his new album that came out, it's called Ordinary Man. Look it up on YouTube. It's posted up on there, like the whole album is on that channel. I don't know. I don't know. I think when people post music on YouTube, the artist gets the YouTube ad revenue from that. So, like, even if it's not your song and you upload it, there's certain musicians that will allow you to post it if you let them have the ad money from it.
Right.
So,
That's that makes sense.
right, definitely. It's better than just banning it from anybody being able to use it. Like, I think that's kind of a dick move. I don't think I would ever do that, but I'm not famous and a legend with amazing music either. So you can't take my word for shit when it comes to that. But yeah, I think it's a good time to wrap this thing up. We only got about 3 minutes left on our before we're gonna get cut off anyway. So, you got anything else before we do that, son?
Right. Besides like what I said, condolences to him and his family, and hope they're all doing good. And we're gonna miss him, and just keep his legend going.
That's right. Rest in peace. Anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and end it here, and we will see you. I don't know. I have no idea what the next one's going to be, so you guys will just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's going to be about. Let me look it up because we've already made it, so I can tell you. But as soon as I find that, it will
Okay.
be about Joe Gatto, who
Still
retired
got it. Yeah.
from Impractical Jokers. So if that's something you
Oh,
guys are interested in, that will be out on Wednesday. So go check that out. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end this because we're getting even closer to our cutoff now. So anyway, have a good one, guys, and we will see you next time.
bye.